when we just hosted, it seems like we just hosted the Super Bowl, wasn't that long ago? I got a chance to see up close and personal how sports, how the league, how the host team, how the actual teams that were playing, how all the intentionality of making sure that the community, and obviously this was pre-COVID, could actually benefit, and not just from the sporting event or the time leading up to it, but what happens after the game is over, and are there any sustainable benefits? Obviously, when we hosted it, it was during the Colin Kaepernick controversy, but it was pre-COVID and social justice that we've seen. But where we are today, I think we're at a great opportunity where there's been this great awareness, where the leagues, the industries can look at what it was already doing well, and then figure out where's the gaps and what can they do, going forward. I would say, what we found when we did the report, Doretta, was that some of the findings and recommendations, while we were looking at the sports industry, a lot of the recommendations, if they say, well, Dr. Goode, what do you want us to do? Take a look at the best practices that's happening in corporate America, the folks that are really doing it well, and then ask yourself, are we doing those same things? Let me give you one crystal example, because I want people to walk away with some actual things they can do. In corporate America, we find that people, even the companies that say we want to be more diverse, equitable, inclusive, they have this intentional effort to identify talent and then to move it up to the organization. So they have a succession plan. But then here's where things fall down. I know that I've had clients who have gone through this intentional process, have identified a woman of color as the next blank. She's been properly vetted, developed, and they says the next opportunity is hers. I seen that same organization, when the opportunity came open, they said, oh, let's hire an external recruiter. Let's go back out to the market. Let's just see what's out there. And then they wound up hiring a person that's external, and the person, just happened to be something other than a woman of color. What I would say to both corporate and to the sports industries, we talked about intentionality. If there's a gap between intention and results, that's an example of how you get that different outcome, because you had intentions, you went through this process, and then when it came to actually making a very simple decision, which was when that opportunity came open, who have we invested and developed? And everybody will appreciate this. When I played basketball on the courts in North Philly, somebody always had next. It's like, we got next. Well, that woman of color should have been next. Why pay the money to an external executive recruiter to go out to find external talent, and then you ask later, oh my God, why isn't our diversity not improving? So there are many, many, many examples, but I think the bottom line upfront takeaway is the gap between intention and results can be explained because either you're not using your own data or you're not following your own processes.